Good day and welcome to Close Attention. Once again, this is Matambere Temburo from Close Attention. Please don't forget to follow us on our Facebook page, which is Close Attention, and our YouTube channel, which is Close Attention. Now, today we're going to be dealing with this small problem, showing how to deal with fractions. All right, now we're going to start quickly with the first problem, which is 8 divided by 1/4. Now, how do we tackle this? Now, here, what you need to do, come and say this is equal to, remember, this is 8 divided by 1/4. Now, you can write it like this way first. Come and say this is 8. We are dividing it by 1/4, right? Here, we're dividing it by 1/4. Now, you can know that any number like this one here is the same as 8 divided by 1. 8 like this is the same as 8 divided by 1. So, you can just come here and say, because here is 8 divided by 1, we are dividing 8 divided by 1 by 1/4, right? This is correct. Now, what do we do when you're here? Here, what you need to do only, you can cross multiply to remove the division sign. When you're cross multiplying, you will multiply 8 by 4 and 1 by 1. Now, let us skip the step of cross multiplying and just change our division sign into a multiplication sign. Okay, now let us continue. We're gonna come and say all this is equal to 8 divided by 1. What we are going to do here is the same as cross multiplying. By cross multiplying, we are removing the division sign with a multiplication sign. So we will cross multiply 8 by 4 and 1 by 1. Now we're going to come and say, instead of a division here, we're going to put a multiplication sign. Now, when we put a multiplication sign, remember, in order to remove here, we cross multiply. When we are multiplying, we start with the numerator on the left side of the division sign, multiply by the denominator on the right side of the division line, which is 8 multiplied by 4. But when we put a multiplication sign here, immediately what we have on the right side of the division sign changes. Then the numerator becomes a denominator and the denominator becomes a numerator. All the time when we are removing the division sign, remember that the numerator becomes the denominator and the denominator becomes the numerator. Now we're gonna come and say, because we've put a multiplication sign here, we are removing the division sign. Obviously, our denominator, which was 4, is gonna come a numerator. Then the numerator, which was 1, now is our denominator. This is like this. If you can see properly, it is gonna be now 8 multiplied by 4 divided by 1 multiplied by 1, which is the same thing that would have happened here if you cross multiplied. It was gonna still be 8 multiplied by 4, which is 8 multiplied by 4, 1 multiplied by 1, 1 multiplied by 1. Now, what is the answer to this? Now, all this is equal to 8 multiplied by 4 is gonna be 8, 16. Okay, 8 multiplied by 4 is gonna be 8, 16, and 32. Okay, now your answer is going to be 32. 1 multiplied by 1 obviously is a 1, which is equal to 32. Now we are just showing you how to deal with fractions before we can move to a more complex problem. Now let us come to our second problem here, which is 12 divided by 1/5. Even here, we're going to be dealing with this the same way we dealt with 8 divided by 1/4. Now, this is 12 divided by 1/5. We're going to come and say, okay, it is our 12 divided by 1/5. Now, obviously, here as well, 12 is equal to 12 divided by 1. Now, instead of cross multiplying, like we said, we're going to move to change our division sign with the multiplication sign, all right? Now when we change here, we're going to come and say 12 divided by 1 multiplied by 5 divided by 1. Now why are we changing here? Instead of 1 over 5, we are writing 5 over 1, because we have removed the division sign with a multiplication sign. Now when we do this, I said that the numerator becomes the denominator and the denominator becomes the numerator. Our numerator was 1, denominator 5. Because we have changed here and put a multiplication sign, our numerator is now 5, denominator is now 1. All the time when you are removing the division sign, when we're dealing with fractions, you must always make sure that immediately when you put a multiplication sign instead of a division sign, the numerator becomes the denominator becomes the numerator. Okay, now we have got 12 multiplied by 5 divided by 1 multiplied by 1. Now what is 12 multiplied by 5? You can do this using your calculators. It's gonna be the first 12 multiplied by 12 by 5. The first one is gonna be let's just say it's gonna be 12 multiplied by 5 is 24, and then 48, 60. Then the answer here is gonna be 60 divided by 1, because it's gonna be 1 multiplied by 1. Then final answer is 60, right? Sorry, yes, 60. Now here you can just simply use your calculator when you're multiplying, and then say 12 multiplied by 5, you're gonna get 60, because it's gonna be 12, 24, 36, 48, and then 60. Okay, that's correct. In our next video, we're gonna come to a more complex fraction problem. Just like that, we are starting with this small one. The next video, we're gonna be doing a much complex problem. Let us quickly come back to the first problem. 8 divided by 1 over 4. Then wrote 8 divided by 1 over 4, just to limit confusion. Then here 8 is the same as 8 divided by 1. Now we have got 8 over 1 divided by 1 over 4. When we remove the division and then replace it with a multiplication sign, immediately the numerator becomes the denominator. Our numerator was 1, now here is a denominator. Our denominator was 4, now it's a numerator because of the multiplication sign. After that, you multiply 8 by 4 to get 32, 1 by 1 to get 1, which is equal to 32. That's your answer. Thank you so much, guys. Let's meet on the next video. We have got a Facebook page, which is Close Attention, as well as YouTube channel and a WhatsApp page. Our WhatsApp number is 073 429 3990.